us as storyteller Asavri Doshi shares her latest project, Read Alert Sessions for Adults and Teens. From Marathi classics by P.L. Deshpande to mystery tales of Byomkesh Bakshi, these sessions offer people a chance to connect. Plus, she answers a great question on how she tackles writer's block. Let's dive into her inspiring journey. So, do you have any new or upcoming projects that you're working on?
Mainly it is related to storytelling, but now I was doing initially mainly for the kids or from the children's age range from 5 to 12 or something. Since few weeks I have started read aloud session for the adults also. For adults in the sense, the bigger books, that is the only difference in book which interest me and I'm sure which people like. And sometimes it happens that you know some books, you are interested in few books and you feel that people should know, they should know about
Yeah.
it. And obviously it is not possible for me to read the entire book.
Yeah.
I may read some
Paragraph that
paragraph
stuck
or
to you.
or something, and then I may tell them the some of the experience while reading the book, and I make them speak something because they have many things to speak.
Yeah.
Elders also, they have read so many books. They must have read the same book, they must have read other books from the same author, by the same author or something. So this is one of the plan कि मुझे अभी simultaneously read aloud session for elders भी करना है. कोई
So,
ऐसे
आप कौन
books
सी बुक्स के
recording.
बारे में बात करते हो लाइक अडल्ट्स के साथ?
टू बिगिन विथ, जो रीड अलाउड के हमारे लिए इंस्पिरेशन है, मराठी लिटरेचर में देर वॉज वन ऑथर, हिज नेम वॉज पू ल देशपांडे, पुरुषोत्तम लक्ष्मण देशपांडे. ही वॉज फॉन्डली नोन एज Pulo with his initials. He was a very genius author in Maharashtra. His literary work was mainly humorous, but he has touched many facets of literature. He was a musician. He was one of the best harmonium player. He was a versatile personality. So we grew up reading his books, listening to his literature. So I started with his books, and there is a lot of audience who is fan of his literature. So I just started with that. But also I like the detective stories. जैसे व्योमकेश बख्शी है, फेलुदा है. So there are books available translated in Marathi also, in English also they have Sherlock Holmes kind of.
Yeah.
So I like those also. And there is one for teenage kids, I will say, but it is like a family also can read it together, because there is a family of a teenage boy, and the entire family is so like everyone has their own personality, and what fun it creates. He stays in some society in Mumbai, and then what happens? So these kind of that book has some 10 episodes. तो वो books, so ऐसे different है, but not much novel and all that. I don't, the fictional stories I don't enjoy much, but fictional which is related to some real life, that I enjoy, or any kind of biography which I like.
I see.
So different.
So, we have a ritual in this podcast where every guest writes a question for the next guest.
Oh, okay.
So, I have a question for you. So, it's from Arva, and she's asking, what was the simplest way you found to cope up with the writer's block?
Sorry?
What was the simplest way you found to cope up with a writer's block? A writer's block is when you're trying to write something and then you just block आ गया कि क्या लिखूं आगे.
Okay. So simplest way to
Get rid of
just
it.
get rid of that. What I think is, or in general, whenever you get an idea, just make it a point to, make a note of it.
Yeah.
You know, especially sitting separately, taking out time कि हाँ आज अभी मैं ये लिखने बैठूंगी, और आज even though I'm not a writer, I think about some different ideas about my next session, कि अभी मैं क्या करूँ, उसमें मैं क्या अलग कर सकती हूँ, what should be the theme of that session. So if I sit separately to think about it, it gives me a time pressure कि यार मैं इसके लिए बैठी हूँ, मेरे को स्ट्राइक क्यों नहीं हो रहा है. So sometimes I feel that when I'm doing my daily chores or something like that, and if I get an idea looking at something, or if I just randomly, if something hits me that time, so I keep generally whiteboard ready, वो तो होता ही है घर पे, or even I keep the pen paper ready, so immediately make it a note of it. And then when you sit separately, the flow automatically starts, because you have some initial thread to start with. That's what I feel. At least that is my way of working.
That's a really good. So, thank you so much for joining us on Between the Pages. I had a really great time talking books and stories with you.
Same here. Thank you so much, Aina. And I wish you all the best because there are, even though the questions were generic and specific, both the ways you asked. So I just like the way you ask questions. And it just made me unfold it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for inviting.
I hope you guys liked today's episode. Until next time, it's me, Anna Rilani, closing the BTP book for this week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.